Today is part one of our historical opioid journey as we discuss addiction, crises, and the war on drugs. So, opioids, where, when, how did it get discovered? We're really not sure. However, there is references dating back to 3400 BC. The Sumerians in Southeast Asia are the ones that we know of that had the first reference. In the 1800s, laudanum was introduced. Laudanum was derived from opium. It was legal, and you could just walk right into a store and purchase it right off the shelf. And it was also administered to every member of the family. It was used from small children from teething to sleepless nights to toothaches. Every member of the family took it. It was just touted as this miracle elixir. The sad thing is no one knew just how powerfully addicted the opium in the laudanum was. Actually, two of our founding fathers learn this the hard way. They become extremely addicted to laudanum. The first one that we're going to talk about is Ben Franklin. Ben suffered from a severe gout in his feet. It was just severely painful for him to walk. Laudanum seemed to alleviate the pain so he could socialize. That was extremely important to him. Benjamin also had um, extreme bouts with kidney stones. So the man was in severe pain all the time. Um, Throughout his years of laudanum use, it started taking a toll, of course, on his body. Later on in his years, he began to work on a memoir where he made reference several times of how the laudanum had taken a toll on his health. He said that it clouded his judgment, caused him to lose his appetite. He was no longer able to stay focused. He also said that he was like a skeleton covered in skin. Um, he feared that he would not live long enough to complete the memoir, and in fact, he died within that year. Unfortunately, he stayed addicted and used laudanum up until the day he died. Another founding father was Thomas Jefferson. Thomas was a very eccentric man, and he liked to self medicate. Once he used laudanum, he was hooked. Um, One of the main reasons that he began taking laudanum was he had a very embarrassing uh, case with diarrhea. And as we all know, opioids constipate you, so it was used a lot during that time for diarrhea. Thomas really was afraid that he would lose the supply for the demand that he felt like he needed in laudanum. So he started having opium planted on his plantation. Uh, he died in 1826. However, uh, opium kept growing on his plantation until 1992 when, for legality reasons, they decided they better plow it up. Um, a First Lady, the wife of Abraham Lincoln, she suffered pretty much her entire life with depression and anxiety. And she began taking laudanum for anxiety. She also was a very heavy drinker. She loved wine. And she took laudanum on a daily basis for anxiety. But when her husband uh, was assassinated, it just catapulted her addiction. And it was known for her to walk in a store and purchase a bottle of laudanum walk out into the streets, guzzle it down, turn around, go back and get yet another bottle of laudanum. Her maid on several occasions said that at times she would get very violent and become mean. She also suffered severe migraines, and between all of that and her husband's assassination, it literally took a toll on her mind. One of the other well known is someone named Meriwether Lewis. He was, of course, one of the great explorers, Lewis and Clark. Meriwether was not only a huge drug addict, he was a very bad alcoholic as well. Uh, Back then was about the first time that laudanum was available in pill form. Um, it was by prescription only because it was so strong. Um, one pill was the recommended dosage because it was just so potent. However, his addiction, he abused that to great lengths. He made certain that the doctor prescribed him enough to take on his journey when Lewis and Clark went on their exploration journey. He took enough pills and alcohol for the entire journey. He would take 3 pills at night to sleep, and then 2 pills the next morning just to get the day started, with along with all the alcohol he was drinking. So, I mean, I can just imagine what Clark's journey was like during that time while Lewis was a drug addict and an alcoholic. I mean, that's a story all on its own. But that is the just shows how very much addicted the laudanum was during that time. Um, that is it for today, part one, and I'm looking forward to next Monday. We will have part two and discuss one of the first, one of many war on drugs. Thank you.